What's going on, Whalers fam? It's week 36 of TGIF bowling here on the Friday League. There's not really a next week, so pretty much all we do tonight is all we can really do. That's all that's really left in the season. We are at the bottom of the standings on this season, 30th place going into tonight, so this position round is crucial because if we do well, we do survive from staying below 30th place. And if we don't, then we just stay in the bottom of the league. That's all there really is to it. You'll see my arsenal pop up on the right side as always. The Rhino, Radioactive Vibe, and Beast are all in the bowling bag tonight. I am also carrying a Columbia 300 white dot. That one I borrowed for now, just because of these what's going on in league. I do have a new white dot coming in. Well, it's actually here at the time that I'm providing the commentary of this video. I just have to get it drilled up, and you'll see it on Wednesday's League Night video, which will probably come out maybe Friday-ish this upcoming week. It'll be out there anyways. But anyways, just as a reminder, there is a tournament video coming out soon. It'll be out on Tuesday. You'll get to see the full series just like you do with the league video and the highlights specifically as well. I'm not going to spoil anything in that from that yet, since first things first, TGIF week 36 starts right now. Wrapping up game one right now. We do pretty good in this game. Only one open. It was sadly a split that we pretty much had no choice but to take one pin on. You're going to watch my sister bowl here. She strikes on the first shot. Goes for a second. This is going to take 7 down. She does cover this for a 144. Just gets over average on this first game. The deficit is quite down, so to speak. Unfortunately, we were leading by as much as 73, and then that quickly fell apart. We just didn't fill enough frames to keep the lead. We are we are taking pins from the other teams, so we just have to manage the lead going forward in order to take points away from them. Into the final frame now. My dad's gonna throw a strike here. Second shot right into the pocket. That's another one. Two strikes. It's been, I don't know why, as of late, he's been getting splits in the ninth frame. But to finish things off, he does clear off the entire deck for 176 pins. The game's over for us. I had the highest score with 179 with three strikes, and we did only lose by 22, so that's not bad. It's a close loss. It's something we can fix as the night goes on in this league. Although very clean game to start out for us. There is a tournament the next day that we go here, or come back, I should say. So I'm trying to stay as sharp as possible, but this 179 is a pretty solid starting point, and it's over average. So over average is always better. On to game two.
Oh my god, bro. Oh, hell no, man. What the fuck?
Alrighty, still pretty early here in the second game to come back on the mic, but as we begin to close out, the deficit's still within reach for us anyway. I do split again in the seventh frame. The splits as of late have been kind of killing the game a little bit for me, but we're finding ways to just get by, taking the most pins as possible, as it helps with the final score. We get a pretty nice strike here in the eighth. Go to the ninth now. We end up knocking it down again for a double here. So a good double going to the 10th frame. I do mess up the throw here, lands on the wrong dot. Goes Brooklyn. We got pins in the middle. We just barely get through this spare. The pin behind it like barely fell, which is kind of funny. But anyways, outside of that, another decent throw in the pocket here. And we leave another split for 7. We're going to go down to Alex, who's going to throw these strikes here in the 10th. There's one right there. Cuts the deficit to 10. Another throw with the optimum idle. That's going to be a double. Deficit grows back to 16 as they finish their order. And one last strike from the new purple ball. And we move down to the last bowler in the lineup. This goes over for Brooklyn, but leaves the middle pins. If he hits this spare here, this is going to lock up a win. He ends up doing so, kind of the ugliest way possible, but it works. And on this last shot, he's just going to go throw it for a nice little strike. And we're going to win the game 2 by 11. Very close game, but way to get through it. I do finish with 163 on this game with a couple strikes here, 3 more strikes to the pile. Kind of a low scoring series. There were a lot of low scores this week at the bowling alley, so with that being said, this isn't really too bad. But you'll find out how game three goes right now. We begin to finish a full 36-week season of bowling on Friday night as a team. We're just wrapping up the ninth frame here, and we're going to go right into the 10th frame here. This will be my final goodbye to the season. We're at a 161 on pace for a 200. First ball in, it ends up being a 7. We get the white dot back out, pick up these pins. We still have a chance to hit 200. Final ball is going to determine what we get. And we just miss out on the 200, finishing with 199 on this third game and the final game of this TGIF Friday season. We're going to go to Alex now, who's pretty much been on fire ever since the sixth frame. This strike's going to move him up to 189 now. Or, well, it moves him up to 219 anyway, since we're in the final shots. I forgot to edit in. There's a couple mistakes on the leaderboard, but Alex does come home with a 249 in game three as well. Back to the hot streak we had last week in game three. My dad's going to roll for an 8, take one pin here, and he'll be done with the evening as well. He comes home with the 193 to finish the season. We finish with a 541 series. Overall, a great night. Very proud of how we fought back the last few weeks. We are going to finish the season pretty well as well by staying out of the basement of the league. Thankfully, we fought our way back. And if we had one more week and we 9-0'd that week, we would have been one game from pretty much an even record. But our record this year wasn't absolutely terrible given the situation that we were dealt with this season. But as you're going to see, this is the series breakdown. Our final position is 27th. I finished 52 pins above average. And my entering average is up by 25 pins as well. We only lost the first game, but we won the rest, which is important, as that helps us move up just a little bit more, maybe get a couple bucks more or two from 30th at least. But it's been a great season, been a great ride. Looking forward to the future as well as the tournament coming up next on the channel That'll be coming up on Tuesday. Be on the lookout for our shorts and reels. Feel free to like those as well. And also feel free to subscribe to our YouTube channel as it helps us a bunch on our journey here through this platform. I greatly appreciate your support throughout this season. Hope you've enjoyed this content of TJF this year. We are going to be back in TGIF this summer with a totally different roster. You will still see my dad on the team, but slightly different shakeup of players. I look forward to seeing the team start out, which will be in probably little less than 14 days. So there will be a bit of a bowling break on the channel, but we're going to try to fill gaps in the meantime. So be on the lookout for future content from us. And with that said, thank you for your support, and we hope to see you very soon. Take care, Willie Sham.